Alright. Are we good? Are we doing this? Are we doing this, folks? Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, Muditahearters. There's gotta be something catchier than that. Welcome to the Muditaheart stream, everybody. Mudita means joy at another's joy. Here's a shameless self-plug-in here. Charles, he, him, is a game designer and developer, showcasing games as an art form, while creating kinder and cozier communities in the process. I have the following games: my Twitch, my YouTube, my Twitter. And it's a beautiful day here in New York. The weather is beautiful outside, but I have a little bit of a teensy cough here, and did not feel the strength to do a lot of traveling just yet. But lucky for y'all, I can do a little bit of a stream today. So yeah, and today we got some good stuff on the agenda, as it were. We're gonna be playing Pokemon the trading card game. And before we do that, we're gonna go over our normal news segment, as it were. But after we do our news segment, we'll get into a little bit of the history of Pokemon the trading card game and all that. Sound good? Sound good, folks? Okay, coolio. Let me know if you wanna. We'll have our inevitable tangents and stuff along the way, depending on the crowd and stuff like that. So yeah, feel free to just sprinkle in whatever kind of like comments and commentary you have. But yeah, let me see. How about just watching some stuff about Pokemon? Not this tab. So oh yeah, by the way, we're listening to Poke and Chill, courtesy of Game Chops. Game Chops does lo-fi music. That's free for use. Fair to use for streams and content creation. So much thanks to them. So much thanks to them for letting us use this. Much appreciated. Pardon. Excusez-moi. Let's get down to it. Let me see. Also, just giving some shout outs here. Blah 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 blah. There's another one. Black. Oh, it's noisy outside. So, some shoutouts to things that if you are able to go outside today, maybe go to these things instead of watching my stream. But, you know, if you could stay in my stream, we appreciate it. But if you can make it to these things, these are some cool things to check out in New York. I just heard about this from Drew Koo on my Discord. They have the 11th annual Schomburg Center's Black Comic Book Festival in Harlem this weekend. And Schomburg Center is also the same place where they have the Game Devs Color Expo in historic Harlem, of course. So yeah, lots of really cool stuff. Look at all this gorgeous artwork. Wow, look at that. It's amazing. This is really amazing stuff. Cosplay showcase. Look at that. Why don't you even look? Let's look at some videos. Why don't we? Oh, it's live. Interesting. Here we go. Here's CBS New York. Let's check this out. Let's give a shout out to
The Black Comic Book Festival is back in person at the Schomburg Center for the first time since the start of the pandemic. Thousands of people will be in Harlem this weekend to check out the work from 50 different vendors. CBS 2's Jesse Mitchell shows us how fans and cartoonists are coming together.
Books and balloons beckon to fans of all ages as the doors open to the largest festival yet, with more vendors and visitors expected than ever before.
We're just increasing the type of representation we have within the community, and that's something I think that's going to be exciting for folks to see when they come visit.
As panels take deep dives on the
Very
creative
cool
process,
stuff.
artists take
Very
time
cool
to get
stuff.
acquainted with their fans.
It's very welcoming, so everybody can come in, but if you are Black and you come to this show, you no longer have to think, where are my stories, because every story is your story.
Seeing themselves reflected on the pages inspires readers to dream of their own power.
I never went to Puerto Rico, but when I read La Muditaheart, I feel like I'm there. You know what I mean? You want to feel that, like I was there before, but like I'm not there physically.
La Boriqueña's creator not only brings readers to his home island, he also brings funding for local nonprofits.
That superheroism can translate outside of the pages like it does with our social justice work and philanthropy in Puerto Rico.
Protests
really
during
cool.
the pandemic amplified stories like David Crownson's Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, which is now in the works as a series funded by Disney.
Seeing that attention and that budget that's like a Black Panther level being brought to like my independent
Sorry, I'm
company,
adjusting my hat for
like
all
my
this,
indie
but
book.
this is cool.
You know, that usually never happens.
Twists on history are common narratives coming from artists sharing a different perspective.
Storytelling is really in our DNA as Black people. It's something we've always done from the very beginning of time. And I think comics is really like a perfect platform to express yourself in every way that you can.
And if you love to cosplay like me and my subtle nod to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, brand and reporter Amala O'Neil, come through the Schomburg Saturday at 5 for the contest. Best cosplay wins. In Harlem, Jesse Mitchell, CBS 2 News.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Let's give a shout out to Black Comic Festival. How do I want to spell Schomburg right. Schomburg Center's Black Comic Book Festival. Thanks for Drew Koo for sharing that. Another thing going on this weekend is this Waffle Games Expo led by the EGD Collective. See if I can find a link. Here we go. See if we can find some videos of this. Day 1 is in the building, day 2 is virtual. Waffle Games! Yo, what up here, PhD? Please follow PRPHD. Yes, we're checking out Waffle Games. I'm trying to find if we can find a YouTube video of this. And we just gave a shout out to Schomburg Festival.
The Black Comic
This
Book
was from
Festival
Drew Koo on Discord. I don't know, is this something really powerful where... Let me see if I can find the line. I think this line really struck me.
As panels take deep dives on the creative process, artists take time to get acquainted with their fans.
It's very welcoming, so everybody can come in, but if you are Black and you come to this show, you no longer have to think, where are my stories, because every story is your story.
You no longer have to ask yourself where your story is, because every story is your story, because that's like kind of like not the default when you enter a lot of comic book festival kind of spaces for people of color and whatnot. So that's really cool. Let me see what else we got. Waffle Games, EGD. Thing live? No. Okay, here's their account. Okay, here's their festival. Alright, cool. Anyway, check it out. Waffle Games Student Festival, run by students, for students. Lots of stuff for AAA work. Seeing a lot of really cool people from the NYC game industry. Indie, AAA, virtual and IRL. Today is IRL in City College in Harlem. Tomorrow is a virtual day. Panels, workshops, and talks from industry professionals, hobbyists, and students, and people like you. Gaming sessions, no entry fee tournaments, one-shot RPG campaigns, networking opportunities, free to enter, and donation raffles. So very, 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 very cool stuff. If you can make it, please try to make it. Alright, here it is. Already sent the link. And yeah, let's just kind of look at some headlines here. More Poke and Chill. Today we're doing Pokemon. Discord is at the heart of a major US intelligence leak. Ooh. Why teens are suddenly obsessed with chess. I don't know what happened in January, but since then I've seen probably 90 or 80% of our school playing chess. It used to be probably like 20%. Credit in part to the Queen's Gambit. That was the first chess boom. An abrupt cost by chess.com to crumble. Upgraded servers. Steadily since 2020. New growth among teens seems sudden. Attention issues and drama in classrooms. Chess content creator Gotham Chess told it peaked in January. Playing chess and screaming out chess memes. Like even in 2019. Wow. Chess boxing, chess popularity on Twitch and YouTube. This story has been updated to clarify details of the anal bead cheating theory. Oh my gosh, what an addendum there. What an update. Okay, very cool. Teens love chess. Super Mario Brothers movie is now the highest grossing video game movie ever. Just 9 days after its debut. Wow. People keep talking about Tears of the Kingdom. We do need to go over this. Okay. Here's Axios Gaming. New York Times game developer. Publicly testing a new game called Digits. Digital subscribers. Digital. Coffee Talk 2 is going to be coming up soon. Cool. Let's see if we can watch some peak action. Ocean-grown plant-based bacon, turning seaweed into bacon. Let's check this out. So yeah, this is a stream kind of focused. The Muditaheart stream is like a stream kind of focused on different kinds of like community issues, game design issues, and also like kind of social justice stuff. Yeah, one of our segments that I've been introducing is like this segment on climate change, and basically we just watch like one of these documentaries from Peak Action once in a while, if there's enough time. So yeah, it seems like we have some time today, so let's check out one of these mini docs by Peak Action.
Animal protein is delicious, but it causes an outsized impact on our planet. We use 40% of all the habitable land on Earth to feed and raise livestock.
That's a lot.
And so we need a greater diversity of protein sources. Seaweed produces 5 times the amount of protein per acre as a field of soybeans because it's so photosynthetically efficient and requires no land, no fresh water, and no fertilizer to grow. Our goal at Mama Foods is to take the natural, abundant resource potential of seaweed to improve the quality and sustainability of plant-based meat, starting with bacon.
Well, plant-based meat is already a hard sell. Now you're further complicating it with sea plant-based meat. So let's see how it goes.
I grew up just outside of Washington, D.C. My mom was a manager. My dad was a patent attorney. So got a lot of his interest in learning about new technologies. I had the opportunity to go to a science and technology high school, and it definitely fostered my love of environmental science. My graduate degree was in energy and resources at UC Berkeley. I started off thinking that I would want to study nature, but I then realized I wanted to protect nature. I'm a nature lover. I find the beach is inspirational and immensely powerful. I can get deep in thought, just contemplating and trying to understand all the dynamics that go into even just one living organism. The way I look at the ocean is that it's the Earth's most scalable and sustainable protein bioreactor. They contain 80% of the world's chemically reactive nitrogen, the building block of protein. Right now, we do use the ocean for protein, but it's in an exploitative way, by capturing fish. There's a much better way to do it, and we're working on that. If you're looking for plant-based protein, there's very limited options. There's basically legumes and then nuts, and that's really it. When you look at the diversity of the plant kingdom, or algae, there's so much more. Seaweed has been eaten around the world for millennia. It has all the essential amino acids and has a reputation as a superfood for a reason. Tomorrow is the first and only company in the world to purify and extract protein from red seaweeds.
I mean, this isn't such a weird idea outside of the U.S. I mean, like, I don't know, like in Asia, like in Japan and stuff like that. Like, seaweed is. I mean, more commonly, people in the West might know seaweed being used in like sushi and stuff like that. But it's also used in like tons of other things. And I don't know. Yeah, maybe this isn't so surprising to people outside of the West. But yeah, let's see.
Most plants have fat, protein, and carbohydrates. Seaweed has very little fat, but it does have those jelly-like carbohydrates that feel like fat. So we're separating the protein from the carbohydrates or the gels, and then we're essentially putting them back together in a way that is less like seaweed and more like bacon. And what we essentially do is heat it up in giant vats and then we deposit them together in stripes. Those seaweed gels fuse together and essentially marry the protein side with the fat side. Our bacon is juicy and crispy and a little bit fatty, so that when you bite into it, you get this release of oil in your mouth, which is really what people like in bacon. Umaro is umami and tomorrow. Protein of the future. We're already in dozens of restaurants across the country. We're also at Beach and SF, which is a vegan restaurant right on Ocean Beach. We're really excited to be working with them. I think we're at the beginning of a technology revolution in food and plant-based protein, where we're not just going to make products that are as equally good as animal meat, but they're going to be better.
Wow.
There's so much potential for us to design systems and technology that will allow us to live in a much more sustainable and less resource-intensive way.
And
a few years ago, I put a team together.
I got goosebumps, man. I feel like this is the future. I feel like when it's all framed like that, like we have to kind of move forward in these kinds of ways, and you have to be riding that train, you know. Otherwise, I don't know, you're working against like this current or whatever. It's interesting. It's fascinating.
And we won an award to design and engineer an offshore seaweed farm, which we just this year deployed in deep water off the coast of Maine. The ocean has the potential to supply all the world's protein needs. So instead of cutting down forests, let's build forests in the ocean. This is our shared planet, and we all have a responsibility to maintain our natural ecosystems for future generations. My name is Beth Sauter. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Umaro Foods.
Man, that's the future for you.
Of course, everyone.
That feels like the future. I'm excited. I'm excited about the future if that's what the future is going to look like. Tasty future. I like food. And it feels, I don't know, people might have issues with it being lab grown or whatever, but it's all natural. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, I heard about this. Yale. So this is Happy Broadcast. Let me share a link to this previous thing here. Plant-based, ocean-grown plant-based bacon. Ocean-grown plant-based bacon. That here is Happy Broadcast. Yale University's most popular class in over 300 years, designed to increase our own happiness, the science of well-being, is available for free online for adults and teens. Oh, you can even see the course here. Here it is. 19 hours. Coursera, here's the link to the course itself. Okay, coolio. Sounds good to me. Anything from undivided attention, 3 rules. AI dilemma is the big news here. Maybe we'll just chill out this time. Yeah, today we'll be playing Pokemon the trading card game. Let's see. Let me get that running in the background just to see how we'll be doing with that.
Pokemon, the trading card game, the basic rules, how to play. The object of the game is to be the first player to either take all your prize cards, knock out all of your opponent's Pokemon, or to not run out of cards in your deck before your opponent. Each player provides their own deck of exactly 60 cards. When you are building a deck, you can only have 4 copies of a card with the exact same name, even if the image is different, with the exception for basic energy cards, which you can have as many as you want. You must have at least one basic Pokemon in it. There are 3 types of cards. Pokemon, which come in Basic, Stage 1, and Stage 2. Energy, of which there is Basic and Special. And Trainer, which contain items, supporters, and stadiums. Each player shuffles their deck. No one can look at or change the order of cards in either player's deck unless a card says so. Flip a coin and the winner decides who goes first. Each player draws 7 cards from their deck to form their hand.
Sorry, let me add captions.
Players may not look at their opponent's hand unless a card says so. In the center of the table is the in-play zone, which is shared by the players. On your half, you have your active spot, bench, deck, discard pile, and prize cards. Each player starts with and must always have 1 active Pokemon. If your active Pokemon is knocked out, move 1 Pokemon from your bench to your active spot. You may only have 1 active Pokemon at a time. If you run out of active Pokemon, then you lose the game.
They look like Pogs, right? They look kind of like Pogs, right?
Each player has their own discard pile located below their deck. Cards taken out of play go to the discard pile unless a card specifically says otherwise. Typically, when a Pokemon is knocked
So those are like damage counters, I guess, on there.
out, that Pokemon and all cards attached to it go to their owner's discard pile. After drawing your hands, in turn order, each player places 1 basic Pokemon from their hand face down in their active spot. If you don't have any basic Pokemon, show your hand to your opponent, then return it to your deck. Shuffle, then draw 7 new cards. This is called a mulligan. Repeat this process until you have a playable Pokemon. Your opponent may draw 1 card for each mulligan you took. After each player has a basic Pokemon in play, you may now, in turn order, play up to 5 additional basic Pokemon face down to your bench if you want.
Yeah, the visuals are pretty spot on for this demonstration here. Yeah, like taking it step by step, framing the shots very cleanly. Yeah, it's very good, very professionally done.
Each player may have up to 5 Pokemon on their bench at any one time. Pokemon in the active spot and on the bench are considered in play. Any Pokemon in play, other than the active Pokemon, must be on the bench. Both players set aside the top 6 cards from their deck face down to their prize area. Both players now flip their active and benched Pokemon face up and the game begins. On your turn, you must first draw 1 card. If your deck is empty and you are unable to draw, then you lose the game. After you draw, you can perform any of the following actions any number of times unless otherwise stated in any order. Play a Pokemon. Put a basic Pokemon from your hand face up on your bench. Evolve your Pokemon. If you have a Pokemon card in your hand that says evolves from, then the name of a Pokemon you already had in play since the beginning of your turn, then you may play that card from your hand on top of that Pokemon. This is called evolving. You may evolve a basic Pokemon to a Stage 1 or a Stage 1 to a Stage 2. You may not evolve a Pokemon the same turn you put it into play or a Pokemon you just evolved. When a Pokemon evolves, it keeps all the cards attached to it and any damage counters on it. All effects from attacks or special conditions on it, such as asleep, confused, or poisoned, end when it evolves and are removed. A Pokemon cannot use the attacks or abilities of its previous evolution unless a card says so. The player who goes first may not evolve Pokemon on their first turn. Attach energy. Attach 1 energy card from your hand to any of your Pokemon in play by placing it underneath. Pokemon can only use energy that is attached to them, and you can only attach 1 energy card each turn. Play trainer cards. Reveal a trainer card from your hand and do what it says and obey the rule at the bottom. Some trainer cards, like supporters, can only be played once each turn. Once played, you discard the card, unless the card says otherwise, like for stadiums. A stadium stays in play when you play it. Only one stadium can be in play at a time.
Seems like stadiums and trainer cards might be different from when I used to be playing this game.
Discard the old one and end its effects. You cannot play a stadium card if a card with the same name is already in play. The player who goes first may not play a trainer supporter card on their first turn. Pokemon tools play underneath a Pokemon in play and grant that Pokemon unique abilities. A Pokemon may only have one tool attached to it. You may not remove or replace a tool once it is attached to a Pokemon, unless a specific card says so.
Well, that's pretty
Retreat your
different,
active Pokemon. Once per turn, you can discard one energy from your active Pokemon for each listed in its retreat cost. If none are listed, it retreats for free. You switch that retreating Pokemon with a Pokemon from your bench. Keep all damage counters and all attached cards with each Pokemon when they switch. Pokemon that are asleep or paralyzed cannot retreat. When your active Pokemon goes to your bench, whether it retreated or got there some other way, special conditions and all effects from attacks are removed from it. If you retreat, you can still attack that turn with your new active Pokemon. If you don't have enough energy to retreat, then you may not retreat. Use abilities. Some Pokemon have special abilities they can use. Many of the abilities can be used before you attack. Each says how they work, so be sure to follow any condition that needs to be met. Some abilities work all the time even without you using them. Announce which abilities you are using as you use them. Abilities aren't attacks, so you can still attack if you use an ability. You can use your abilities from both your active and benched Pokemon. After you perform actions, you attack. Then your turn ends. Once you attack, you may not perform any more actions. On the very first turn of the game, the starting player skips attacking. Only your active Pokemon may attack, and that Pokemon needs the correct amount of energy attached to it in order to attack. On each Pokemon card, attacks are listed here. Each attack's energy cost is here. A colored energy requires that specific color of energy to be attached to the Pokemon, while a white energy with a black star is colorless and can use any type of energy. This symbol means the attack cost is nothing. The amount of damage each attack does is listed next to it. If your active Pokemon has the required energy attached to it, you may perform the attack against your opponent's active Pokemon if you want. State which attack you are using. You can only use one. Then, calculate damage. Some attacks do not do damage. To calculate damage, first, check your opponent's active Pokemon's weaknesses and resistance. If the symbol matches your active Pokemon's type, then for weakness, apply the multiplier to the attack value of your active Pokemon. Or, for resistance, subtract the indicated number from your active Pokemon's attack value. Weakness is calculated before resistance. Place 1 damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon for each 10 damage dealt.
That's important to know. Weakness is calculated before resistance in case there's like multiple colors involved. So yeah, 2 times minus 30 happens first, not minus 30 before 2 times. Makes sense? So if it does 30 damage and it's times 2 minus 30, wait, that's a terrible example. If it's 50 damage and it says times 2 minus 30, anyway, whatever. You multiply it by the weakness first before subtracting the resistance is the short answer, yeah.
Damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon for each 10 damage dealt. You can use numbered damage counters to save space. If the attack value was less than 0, then no damage is given or removed. Weaknesses and resistance do not apply to Pokemon on the bench should a special attack allow you to target them. Each Pokemon's total hit points are located in the top right. When a Pokemon's damage is equal to or greater than its HP, then that Pokemon is knocked out and it, along with every card attached to it, is discarded. When you knock out one of your opponent's Pokemon, you take one of your prize cards at random without looking at it first and put it into your hand. If you're the first player to take their last prize card, you win. When your active Pokemon is knocked out, put one of your Pokemon on your bench in your active spot. After attacking, your turn ends and the Pokemon checkup step happens in between turns in this order: poisoned, burned, asleep, paralyzed, other abilities. Afterward, check to see if any effective Pokemon were knocked out. Then start the next player's turn. Special conditions can only happen to an active Pokemon. The special conditions are: asleep. Turn the Pokemon counterclockwise 90 degrees. If a Pokemon is asleep, it cannot attack or retreat. During checkup, flip a coin. If you flip heads...
So that's the Pog you were talking about there, Pure PhD. That's the Pog. Pokemon coin.
The Pokemon wakes up, and you turn the card right side up. Burned. Put a burn marker on it, replacing any burn marker that is already there. During checkup, put 2 damage counters on the Pokemon, then flip a coin. If it is heads, remove the burn marker. Confused. Turn a confused Pokemon upside down. Before attacking with it, you must flip a coin. If heads, the attack works normally. If tails, the attack does nothing, and you put 3 damage counters on your confused Pokemon, and the attack is over. Regardless of what you flipped, the Pokemon remains confused. Paralyzed. Turn the paralyzed Pokemon clockwise. If a Pokemon is paralyzed, it cannot attack or retreat. Remove the special condition paralyzed during checkup if your Pokemon was paralyzed since the beginning of your most recent turn. Poisoned. When a Pokemon is poisoned, put a poison marker on it, replacing any poison marker already there. During checkup, put 1 damage counter on your poisoned Pokemon, but you do not flip a coin. Since asleep, confused, and paralyzed all rotate a Pokemon's card, whichever one happened last to the Pokemon is the only one that is in effect. Since poisoned and burned use markers, those can both be on a Pokemon simultaneously and can also be there while a card is rotated for another special condition.
That feels bad. That feels terrible. Man, you're racking them up
Both
those
players
status
perform
effects.
special conditions after each player's turn. Check out my Advanced Rules playlist for more advanced rules from different generations of cards that have been introduced to the game over the years.
So nerdy. Oh boy. Okay, that's Pokemon for you. Well, it's getting cloudy here. Might be time to rain soon. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the design process of Pokemon cards. So let's see how they create a Pokemon card. How they create it, stuff like that. Well, wonder, no more leaked video of this process appears, showing everything from start to finish. Well, look at all this work they put into this. A lot of Adobe Photoshop and Wacom tablets and stuff like that. Nice, I like that. Wait, why was he on a game controller exactly? So that's a Wacom tablet, but let's freeze frame on something here. So I see this ergonomic keyboard here, but why is he on a gamepad controller here? I don't see what he's even playing here. Editing for different languages. Another round of revisions. Alright, first set package to the printers. Expansion look and feel begins. A very professional process, of course. Kind of gets you this understanding of like, this is pretty relaxing. It kind of reminds me of watching those old Mr. Rogers videos in picture-to-picture, where they show you how things get manufactured. And yeah, it kind of gets you in touch with the manufacturing process and how things are produced in our world before they reach our homes, and gives you an appreciation for products and stuff. Other than like just us kind of just consuming and buying stuff without getting an appreciation for all the stuff that happens before it reaches our homes and our stores and stuff like that. So giving perspective as to, yeah, it's not just something that appeared in a store, but something that a lot of work went into before it reached you. This whole process. Also, it's just relaxing to watch. Wow, look at how 3,300 sheets per pallet. $8.5 million printing press. Wow. Look at those numbers. $3,300 sheets per pallet. $8.5 million printing press, 120 feet long, 220,000 double-sided sheets printed per day, 26.62 million cards per day. Gotta load the ink. Yeah, always a printer, you gotta load the ink. Wow, look how detailed these card designs are. All that work to make sure they look good. Where they cut the cards. Full sheets are cut into individual cards. Quality control check. Corners are cut. Load those cards in. Border thickness. A specific tool for that. Periodic pulls for quality control. Trade a card game online code cards. Okay, I feel like I want to do one gym. Oh my gosh. Okay, enough of that. It's gonna take forever. Complete history of Pokemon trading card game. Let's do it next time. Let's focus on playing the game for now. Let's get to the card game. Let's play. Grassy ass tech. Let's take down the key, folks. Whoops. Gotta hide this. Alright, should be good. Choose an active Pokemon like it's in the rules. Ooh, Magmar on the first draw. Excellent. Oh boy, already trying to paralyze my Magmar on moving first turn. Too bad Magmar only has 50 HP. I think that rule, they just described it in the video as like, you can't attack the first turn, so I think that's wrong. That's already different now in the game. In the real life game. There's too much advantage to have to not only go first, but also be able to attack. I need a fire energy. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Looks like it's weak against fire after all, so I don't need a second Pokemon. Charizard, alright. Wow, no energy on Bulbasaur. I'm like tearing through this. Card games. Card games for the win. I think this is in the bag. My deck is too powerful. Yeah, it seems like some of the rules in this version of the game have been modified since it originally came out. Alright, easy peasy. Alright, so booster packs. No, the cards are worth more before you open them. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be able to get more cards somehow, so they gotta give you booster packs, I think. Oh, Electabuzz, that's no good. Oh no! Oh no! I'm about to get pwned. I'm paralyzed. Attacking and moving on the first turn is like way too powerful. Should I not even bother trying to like... He's gonna do 30 damage to me. so we're doing this. I don't know what it is. There's just like these crazy allergies going on lately. Like I've been going through these different phases. Sorry to get into it all, but like we get all this kind of like spare you the gory details. But I haven't been feeling well lately, and yeah, it's been kind of a mess around the house. But I don't know. We'll be able to power through it soon enough. Yeah. And it's kind of tough because like we're also like kind of just figuring it all out while there's this massive heat wave going on at the same time. Oh, Flareon! I drew Flareon. Nice. It's just stalling now. That's the thing I hate about Lickitungs. It's kind of, we had like a kind of like a relatively cool March, and like sometimes we're kind of like wondering like, oh, is it gonna be like another snowstorm in March here in New York City? I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world right now, but like New York, like it's been kind of cold relatively recently. Kind of goes up and down in temperature. Like just this past week, it's just been like this crazy like this crazy weather. Like oh my goodness. Like 86 degrees in April. It's not right. It's one of the reasons why I try to have like a peak action segment on each video I do nowadays, each stream I do. Seems like just something that's been on my mind lately. Oh, gust of wind. There it is. They were about to KO me. Oh, at full energy, but like, get my chance Wii gets jinxed though. I don't think they'll be able to outpace me though, is the problem. So this is the good thing though. Oh no, meditate. Shucks. 80 damage. Shit. I did not check that move. Collect the buzz. heads. There we go. Oh, is Dodo weak against electricity, by the way? Because it's flying? Oh, nice energy card. Sweet. Oh no! Okay, no attack. Good. Sweet fighting. Battle's taking forever. Tails, please, no. I've been playing Magic the Gathering a lot lately. That's been pretty cool. Wish only no Pokemon. I've seen people collect Pokemon cards, but yeah. So far, not a lot of action on the Pokemon card game front. End this. It's got resistance because it's flying. Shit. Oh my gosh. Electabuzz. This is a chonky Pokemon. Sorry, I'm strategizing. Gotta look at all the little stats, gotta flip over all the cards, gotta look over all the strategy. But ultimately, it results in victory. So, we did it. Okay, let's see. What's the rare card? Emotional Super Energy Retrieval. Gonna add that to all my decks. Let's take on the science medal. What's our strongest Pokemon we can use? fill this deck. Shuffle 2 other cards from your hand into your deck in order to draw. What to call this deck? Punch-ups. Kind of want to do one more thing. Yeah, one more battle. And if it's quick, then we go another battle. Science Club member. Fighting. EV is solid. Oh gosh. Tails, please. No. You definitely shouldn't be able to attack on your first turn. That's messed up. Jolteon. And I can't evolve. Stupid. Okay, that would have been total bullshit if I couldn't get that. Got 3 energy on it. Tails again. Good. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Everyone's getting tails. Tails. 30 damage is a lot of damage. wrap up soon, depending on how this goes. Looks like we got a light crowd today, gotta be honest. So wouldn't mind wrapping up early. So good. My turn even. That's like an achievement if this were a newer game. Achievement unlocked. Probably should have just retreated with Jolteon and then did an attack. I would have preferred the poison, honestly. Yes. Sweet. Another Eevee. I don't know. Really hard to get motivated to chat when it's like a dead chat. And like, man, I don't know. I don't like. I know like my job is supposed to be an entertainer and all, but like, I don't know. It's hard to like get motivated when like it just feels like it's a dead chat and stuff. So yeah, I might call it after this if I don't get a crowd going soon. And I don't know. It's hard to like get the crowd interested in it anymore if it's like not updating and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Let me see. Other things that I should probably mention before this wraps up. I mean, I don't know. That was pretty cool watching the stuff about the factory working and how they actually physically make the Pokemon cards like in a physical way. Like really, you just feel like it's like this abstract process. And that's something I really liked about it. So I've got it. And I actually did not know that stuff about the rules of the card game where like you have to turn the card clockwise and counterclockwise and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool. Wish I got a Professor Oak right now myself. Oh my gosh, I'm getting owned. Should add some psychic Pokemon. Holy moly. This deck is not really geared towards the Science Club either. Oh man, I'm pwned. One drill, that's game over. Okay. That happened. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. It's kind of a slow streaming day. Let me see if I can build a deck, rebuild the deck. all psychic Pokemon, I guess, huh? Anti-science. See if this does well. And if it plays quick, then we'll just leave it at that. Hopefully this wraps up quick. Oh my gosh, these Pokemon suck. Gosh, first move. Oh my god, that's 20 damage worth of nonsense. Terrible. Zero keeps me alive. He gets fire. Shit. Holy moly. He's paralyzed. Oh my gosh, that was a nasty sneeze. I don't know. Even if I don't stream today, maybe I shouldn't go outside. Oh man, I'm nasty. This is a nasty sneeze. Holy moly. Alright, no more poison. Curse. Looks like this is in the bag. Even if it's got a status effect, I have a full heal ready to go. Yep, this is in the bag. need some fire Pokemon. That's for sure. Okay, I might hop off the stream and then take a break. I'll see what I'm doing tonight. But if I don't see you, I'll be on Discord. Ready to hit me up on Discord. Alright, coolio. I'll link to the Discord here. And, yeah. Man, I'm tired. Ooh. Boy, what a day. Yeah, I think that's all she wrote for this. Yeah, pretty tired. Not a lot going on today. Might as well take a break and take it easy. Alright, take it easy, folks.